Welcome to I Collect, the show where I show you what I've collected. Alright, design. Injustice. Okay, let's get into this thing. First thing we're gonna see, of course, is the box. So here we are. I hope we're getting this good. I'm hoping. We got the side here. The back, of course. And the other side. And now, this thing here in the front is actually one of these cardboard overlay type of things. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to take this stupid tape off, because of course everything that you get has to be ridiculously taped. There we go. Oh my gosh. And I'm guessing the bottom is taped. Yes, everything must be taped. There, now that both parts of this tape... Ugh. Wow. Are we kidding? Was this necessary, guys? So yeah, once again, you know how I feel about cardboard things. With this cardboard thing I'll probably keep because it's ridiculous. And then this is black. It's very stunning. Oh, come on! Oh my god, with the taping. Reploid keys. There. Okay. Now, very first thing, of course, we have our game. And there's nothing that special. Of course, the back is still the back, exactly like the back of the giant cardboard slab. And then the front is, of course, the front picture. Let's open it up just for whatnot. In here, okay, we have this is the voucher for the movie Justice League Doom. I kind of feel like they could have given us a little bit better movie, especially when you're talking about a Justice League game that's specifically built on the idea of Superman taking over or an evil Justice League or this or that. It probably would have been a better idea to give us Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, but whatever, you know, who am I? And then, of course, we have the book here, and so we have the book here twice, and then this is our voucher. I'm actually looking forward to this a lot. These are 3 DC 52 characters. We'll show you that. We'll show you that during the gameplay. So here's that. And wowage. Let's put this down for a second, because that, I feel, is the biggest part of this whole thing. Alright, now, have to say, I'm both excited and disappointed about this part of the collection right here. This I was looking forward to like crazy. The Injustice book here. Oh, and I don't know about you guys, but that does irritate me. I can't stand it when my comic is already bruised before I even had a chance to take it out of the bag. And I guess I can't necessarily mark them down, but come on, guys, really? They tried. They gave me this little sleeve thing right here, which should have helped, but it didn't help. And the other thing that really irritates me is, why wasn't this a hardback book of every issue? Like, I don't like the fact that this is only part of the story. I believe it's only the first part of the story, and that kind of sucks. So right there, they kind of spit on us, and that kind of sucks. But hey, you know, I guess we got it, and that's kind of cool. So we got our game, we got our comic, we got our download, we got our movie, we got our ridiculously large box, and now the reason we had a ridiculously large box. This is pretty much the centerpiece of your entire collector's pack this time. This giant statue is 13 inches tall. 13 inches. At least that's what it says in the little card. Now, there's two pieces here before we set our statue up. There's two parts that, of course, have not yet been put on. So let us findificate this. Like that, toy. Yes, no, yes, okay, yes. It says yes, all right. Then the next thing, I'm guessing, goes forward like this. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, yes, no, 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 yes. Yeah, so yeah, I would put this, oh, look at that, see how smart I am? Okay, now I've got this all figured out. Now, let's take a look at this thing, because this is really what you paid the money for. The game and everything else, yeah, they were nice little side gifts, and the comic book, okay, but let's be honest, the comic book is digitally download for like $1 an issue, okay? So this is what we paid for. Let's check this thing out, shall we? First off, we have Wonder Woman, and both Wonder Woman and Batman. Neither of them are in a DC 52 costume, and neither of them are in an original costume by any means. They're both original costumes designed for the game. Now, I gotta be honest here, this is massively detailed. Like, massively. This looks really good. I have to say, I'm very, very, very impressed with this. Batman's kind of got like a scowl on his face. He's got like, he's tripping and falling over all this ice that's gushing around. And then he's got like, she's got something. I don't know if it's a bat jet thing or whatever it is. But she looks awesome. Like, the whole Amazonian warrior thing looks really, really great. And the detail is absolutely, it's pretty shocking. Let me get closer to the camera here, and I'll see if I can't show this off a little better. Here we are. This is the piece that we bought. You'll notice that there's individual little areas here like plating. Every little plate in the hand, down across the fingers. The bat emblem, of course, is risen. The belt has different rivets and attachments. There seems to be different pieces of armor. The face is really well done. I can't say that the jet is the most amazing thing I've ever seen, but I like the batarang in the side of the jet. That's pretty sweet, too. So, she's really more detailed, in my opinion, than he is. But then again, I guess since he's in a big body armored suit, he kind of gets less detail right off the bat. He's got the little tread on his boot. That's pretty sweet. The ice is something that really impresses me. Even the ground he's running on is kind of neat. The way he's kind of falling, running. He's got the lasso of truth wrapped around his neck so he can tell her that he's honestly dying. And, like, I kind of like this, the smoke thing that they did right here with the jet trail. That's really cool, too. Like, this is a really nice piece. I'm not going to go into the price of the piece right now. Of course, she kind of looks pissy-faced. Maybe even a little bit of a man face going on, but I guess it's not terrible. See if I can't get... You guys see that there? kind of the way. It's not necessarily a derp face. It's not necessarily an angry face. It's almost like a mannish face. But then again, from the little things I've seen in the previews of the game I've watched, she kind of has a man face in the game anyway. So maybe she's just man-faced. So what can I say? You know, the rest of her seems to be really cool. I like all the little tassel things right here. It reminds me of like I'm Xena or some shit. And then the boots are really cool. They kind of remind me of a specific boot that I used to get on Soul Calibur 4 for the custom characters. I used to use them a lot, so that's pretty sweet. Going back to Batman, he of course has like the kind of ninja boot type of things going on, and his cape kind of wraps around. It seems really thin in certain spots, like right here. Like I guess I don't know. I like the Batman from the 1970s, so I would have preferred a big, elaborate, you know, jetting cape. But this is the statue that you paid for. The rope coming back down here. I can't really point out too much else. I mean, her hair's flailing around. You got the little armor pieces here she's holding on. I even think she's wearing a fingernail polish. Yeah, I think her fingers are actually done. So, that is the centerpiece of our collection. The design. To grade the design. The statue is amazing. It'll look great just about anywhere I put it. Anywhere. And it's bound to get discussion. There were 2 statues shipped with this thing. One we got, and one that the first release of this box set got. The first release box set got a very different statue. It got more DC 52 oriented, with Batman kind of choking Wonder Woman, holding her up, going back for an explosive batarang, with her whipping a rope down around his neck and kind of taking a knee up towards his face. And it kind of looked like they were more at arms, like an actual fight, like either one. This could go either way, where this kind of makes Batman look like he's in a truly hopeless situation. And to be fair, maybe that's true. I mean, yeah, in the comic books they show it and things like that, but come on, Wonder Woman, she's a monster. She fights on par with Superman at different times, and that in the comic books too is inaccurate, but we're not here to get into that right now. We're here to grade this design. So, movie, game, case, design, box. I'm going to give this a plus. Why not a double plus? Well, for one, I don't believe that this was a good idea. Most people, the Justice League Doom movie, it was like $10 at Walmart. Could have done better. Really could have. At least you could have given us the Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, because it's more difficult to come by. And I guess it'll be in Blu-ray quality. I think it'll be a high-def movie, or at least it better be. But I still don't think that was that great. This I'm looking forward to. But I don't know if it's worth it until I get into the actual game. And only giving us 3 costumes, why not an entire... Maybe I'm over asking it here, but for the money I spent, which I'm not supposed to get into this yet, but for the money I spent, I really felt like maybe I should have got a little more than 3 DC 52 characters, or maybe even like a voucher for the first download or something like that. I feel like that kind of disappointed me a little bit. The game, of course, is very standard. I'm not going to get into it one way or another because it's a game. All cases pretty much break even. That's the way they're designed. Right off the bat, it was breaking even. The Injustice book disappoints me greatly. This is what brings down the score. There is no excuse. If you weren't going to give me the entire book, don't give it to me. Because the book itself, I should have been able to read the entire thing and then went straight into the game, and I can't do that now. And that's very disappointing. It's massively disappointing. If nothing else, you could have given me the physical copy of the first book and a voucher to download the rest of them as they came out online. Or if they're already all out, that. And let's be honest, every single one of them is about $1 anyway online. If I'd have got them one by one, and if I'd have known that I wasn't getting them, I would have spent the $8 and read the entire thing instead of reading the first part and being gravely disappointed. This gets a plus. It's still great, but I cannot give it a double plus because there's a lot of disappointment in this box, while at the same time, there's a lot of win in this box. Win sitting in front of me, fail sits beside me. Let's move on to size. Alright, now we're going to talk size. What up, buddy? What up, buddy? What are you doing?
I thought I wanted to see if you needed help. See? Got my Flash shirt on and everything. Sorry I was late for the first part. Saving the world and everything.
Proto guy.
What up, guys?
Just because you wear a Flash shirt, it doesn't make you the Flash.
Oh, I'm the Flash, alright. Fastest man alive.
She said.
I'm going to join you anyway.
Well, if you're here, sit down.
I'm going to sit.
Sit down.
I'm
You
sit.
bought this box set as well.
I did.
Am I correct?
I am. You are correct.
All right. So both of us spent
Yes,
because we're not on that part.
Okay.
Okay, so you're here. Let's talk size of this thing.
It's a pretty big size box. Pretty good size box. Probably the biggest collector's edition I've ever seen.
It is by far the largest collection box set thing that I have in all of my stuff, all of my collection. I'm pretty sure of that. What about you?
Well, definitely, yeah.
You
I don't have...
Look, I think, now this is not a joke. Just to give people understanding of how big this thing really is, I'm pretty sure that I can fit my Xbox and PS3 in this box.
I think you're pushing it. I think you can fit your Xbox in there for sure.
Standing up,
Fitting both of them in there?
I think side by side. I really truly believe it.
We'll have to eventually test it, but I don't know.
I'll tell you this, you can get 2 Xboxes in there. 2 Xbox 360s guaranteed fit in this one box.
I will agree with you on that.
Standing up.
I'll agree with you on that.
And the box will close. This thing is hard to store. It's like when you get... It's a lot like when you get yourself a system. And you have the box. And what does the box do? It goes in an attic or a storage thing, or you have to toss the box because maybe you live in an apartment building or something. You don't have the space to collect boxes. Well, this box is unavoidable. It is a giant monstrosity. But it's also really cool.
It's true. Very true.
It's kind of like having your own display. How do I explain this? When you go to the video game stores, GameStop or whatever, you always see those big displays. They look like big boxes or big PS2 boxes, and you're like, man, that would be so sweet. I want that. Well, now you have it. But now you come across a different issue. Where do you put this thing? It doesn't go on my shelf. It doesn't go on any of my gaming shelves. If I'm going to put it on top of the gaming shelf, which is probably what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to move a lot of stuff around and rearrange. Is that necessarily a terrible thing? Sometimes no, and sometimes yes. Some people's collections cannot handle reimagining your entire setup for this one game.
That's why I have an easy concept. What you do is you take the game out of the box, put the game case on your shelf, and then you put the box somewhere else.
But see, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Now, the statue will display wherever you want, but the box is in your way, and now you're faced with a decision. Do you throw the box away or keep it? And if you keep it, does it turn into a tacky piece of garbage in the corner of your bedroom or something at some point in time?
No. No, because of what it is. Because it's got, because it's Injustice, because it's got the DC characters on it, I don't really think it would. I think it would be a nice addition to anybody's room in the corner or wherever they want to put it. And that's the only thing you can do. There's no shelf that you can
Okay,
put
so
it
what do you give something like this?
For size? Shit.
I feel it's inconvenient, like crazy.
Oh, if you're talking like shelf-wise, hell yeah. You give it a double negative for me.
Oh, man.
Just because of the inconvenience.
Do I want to give this thing a double negative? Do I want to give it a negative?
It's up to you, man.
This thing, this is...
You've got more room than I've got right now, so for me it's an inconvenience. It's kind of in my way. That's why I don't.
And it would be an inconvenience for a lot of other people that have... Here's what I tell you. The statue is great.
Yes.
And it's a good size. You don't feel like you're ripped off by the statue because it's not a tiny little piece of garbage. It's a big, well done statue. And the box is a big clunky piece of box. And it's just like you don't display your console boxes. I don't have my GameCube box or my PS3 box sitting out in the open like, check it out. Because it's just a big clunky box that gets in the way. I put it in a storage area. This thing, you're probably going to do exactly like me. You're going to take this out. You're going to take the game out. You're going to take the comic out. And the box is probably going to go somewhere. It's probably not going to be displayed. It's probably going to be off in a corner or like just put away with all your console boxes that you keep. And that's just the way it is. And there's nothing we can do about it. And that's your common collector. Most people are not going to put this thing like by their TV or something and have to get into it every time they want their game. It's just the way it's going to be. So I'm actually going to break even because the box is not necessary. Everything you need can be taken out of the box and you don't lose any of the convenience. It's not like the Batman Arkham City box set, and I'll put a link in the bottom so you guys can check that out. That is a single piece that if I was to take it apart and put the game on the shelf, it wouldn't be the same and it ruins the box set. This we can honestly do without. So this we're going to break even. Next we have to move on to product. And in order to move on to product, we're going to have to play the game. Alright, so this is the gameplay. It's actually a pretty standard fighting game, I guess, when it comes right down to it. If I have to have a big problem, it's going to be this. It's choppy. It's just like playing Mortal Kombat. It has that problem where if you don't know the combo exactly, the characters just kind of stop and act awkwardly or stand around. But it looks great. It has the whole superhero feel. There's the special moves. They made it as simplistic as possible. Now, you can interact with the environments. However, I kind of wish there was more interact. How am I trying to say this? I wish you could interact more with the environment than what they actually give you. And I guess it's cool that certain characters might throw an item where another just can jump off of it or roll it or something like that. That's also pretty cool in its own right.
But you let me out of the corner, fat boy.
Now,
fuck you.
I'm not really sure 100% on what to give this yet. Because
certain characters are easier to use than some.
Well, that's a common issue with all fighting games, really. There's always going to be the characters that are beginner characters and the characters that take more time to learn. And then there's characters that are kind of like the in-between. Once you're a little experienced, you'll catch on.
Oh, you...
What would you consider these two characters?
I have not used either of these two characters.
Amazingly, Ares is slightly a starter, but at the same time, the more you get in with his shit, the more... Fuck you! The better I can do some of his stuff. Like, hit him! Damn it!
Yes!
You fucking slimy bastard!
That was amazing.
That
was the best attack ever.
Slimy dickbag!
What about Raven?
Raven is actually very different because when she uses her Dark Force or whatever the hell it is, she actually changes all of her...
fucking Doken!
Yeah, I'm...
fuck you!
Would you say she's a beginner?
I'd say she's
beginner
more
to middle?
intermediate.
Okay.
She's not like super...
No, you won't.
Super difficult to use. but she's not super easy to use either. Boop. New people.
Well, from some of the people I've played as and going through, gameplay-wise, I would give this probably a plus. That's my rating, Reploid. So
I can't say it's the greatest game I've ever played, so I definitely can't give it the double plus.
But it's a lot better than some of the other fighting games that are out there.
Yeah. Well, as opposed to what?
Well, like, definitely Mortal Kombat. This is hell over Hades better than DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Definitely.
Yes,
well,
it is.
clearly.
For anybody,
it seems like it's more balanced.
It is.
For anybody that believed it was going to be a repeat of the last game, no, it's not. It definitely is something very new and of itself.
It's actually fun to play.
Yeah.
What
It's
do you
just a
think?
matter
You
of,
having fun?
figuring out how to string the combos and everything. Because, I mean...
Oh, shit.
To put it this way,
Fighting against
we've been
Aquaman.
playing this game for, like, what, a fucking hour now? While we were, letting the camera charge so we could check out all the characters and the levels and everything. We've been having tons of fun with it. I mean, granted, we've been getting kind of irritated by some people. But, at the same time, guaranteed hands down, the first thing anybody told us about this game is that the ultra uber cheap character to fight against online has to be
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. And yet I picked him and Shane whomped my ass with him being Aquaman.
It's because
And I'm
you
sitting
didn't
there,
know how to use them cheaply.
bullet. And he's like, nope, poke from across
Were
room.
you using your powers? Because
Yes,
that's
a little
his big
bit, yes.
thing. So, I gotta say, I like most of the character designs. Right now, I'm actually using the DLC skin for Batman. It's the new 52 skin, and I actually really like it. It
It's
looks
the
really
only
good.
one I'm disappointed with.
The Batman one?
Yes, honestly. The Wonder Woman 52, okay,
She
look,
still looks super god-awful manly.
she has man face. There's no way around it. She has massive man face in this game, which makes no sense because if anybody that's read Justice League Volume 1 from the new DC
Well played,
52, you'll know that she certainly is not man face. But in this game, she's very man face. Now, does that bring down the game? No, not necessarily.
Get over here.
And she doesn't have the genes, but that's okay because she only has the genes every now and then in the DC-52. So the costume is accurate, she just has man face. Now, the Superman, he looks very, very accurate in the DC-52.
Look at that shit! Fucking Martian Manhunter just standing back there
This
like a
Batman
dick.
does not look like he does in that comic. He just doesn't. There's something that seems different about him.
No, it was good.
I think there's too
Such a
much.
waste.
There's like a blue tint to him, and that blue tint shouldn't be there. Like, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know. You'd have to see the comic. If you see the comic, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
I did.
And I just don't feel like he looks right.
And like you guys just saw there, Nick used finisher for Batman. Where are you going with that? Nick used finisher for Batman, and once you get up to a certain section of the armor, it doesn't matter where you are with the finisher. If you really needed that to, continue the fight, doesn't matter. You have to wait until it's done using the move to kill off the one bar.
Well,
Yeah,
that
and
works.
then continue.
It works just like Killer Instinct used to.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually about to say, if anyone viewing this right now played Gundam Battle Assault 3, anything that had the phase armor, you had to chip through that. Once you broke it, it didn't matter if you had the combo still going. They hit the ground. It's done. And then you just keep going.
You've seen Batman, so here's this.
Here's the other two skins that
Meanwhile,
We
at
got
the Hall of Justice.
Can someone answer a question for me real quick? Why is
What?
Aquaman broke? I haven't lost with him. Aquaman.
because Aquaman
Because
doesn't just talk to
amazingly-
fish.
Yeah, amazingly, Aquaman is supposed to be a pimp, but the problem is because he's the noble king, he isn't that way.
Yeah, see, she looks right until she turns around. Holy crap, man face.
Duh! Oh! What the hell? God damn it.
I haven't played as Superman yet, so I don't know what he can do.
No, me Superman no home.
Really don't think this is fair. But...
He no home.
And it's not a matter of, oh, now the robot's mad.
No, the robot's going, oh. Oh, God. That was sweet.
I don't know. It just seems to be one of those things where if you're playing it, it seems a little bit different. I mean, there's only one cool thing that we were able to do.
She sucks, first off.
Well, yeah, clearly she sucks. But I was about to say, there was only one cool thing that we almost did off camera. And that's when me and Bill were fighting. He threw me up against the helicopter in Gotham City.
What?
And almost was able to combo his finisher into me. But timed it wrong and dodged right past me. That would have been pimp as hell. Otherwise, it's exactly what you're seeing right
Damn it,
here.
come on. I know I can get this off.
Oh, you're not gonna get this off.
No, I'm trying something.
Try.
Sit down.
That's nice.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell it is you're trying here.
I know exactly what I'm trying.
Well, yeah, we know what you're trying to do, but you seem to be failing at it.
I'm failing at it horribly. There is only one reason why he's kicking my ass at the moment.
No!
Bye, bitch.
Out
hey,
of
bitch.
Space.
Bye, bitch, once again.
Oh, you might. Oh, you might. Ass hairs with the health left. Just might pull it off. Oh,
no chance.
That would have been epic, though.
No, what I was trying is one of the things you can do is knock them into the two people fighting. I was trying to do that. I couldn't figure out where to be positioned at to knock them over there.
Well, all I could say is that this thing, I've given you about 10 minutes of gameplay. I don't want to overdo this. A little bit of commentary here. I'm going to give this thing a plus, and we're going to have to move on. Last thing we talk about is cost.
Yay!
This thing cost $100. That's a lot of money.
It is. It is for what, mostly what you're paying for is definitely the game and
Let's break this down.
statue.
The comic book costs $1. If you were to get it physical copy like we've got it, it's $3. Okay, that's fine. Now we're at $3. The game,
60.
Now we're at $63. The downloadable content, relatively, let's just say, what?
What are we talking about? The cost?
Just the costumes. What do you think? That'd be a $1 thing, $2 thing, $2.99. Where are we gonna put that?
Let's put it $2.99. That sounds about right.
Let's get ridiculous. Let's say $2.99. What are we at?
$65.99.
$65.99 is the price that we're
Give
at
or
now,
take tax.
relatively. Then the statue. Now the movie that came with this thing, like I said, that's $15, $10 at Walmart. Blu-ray,
20.
you might be looking at $20 at a Best Buy. The statue, these things cost a lot of money. Statues always cost a lot of money. There's not very many times that you can get one that's highly detailed that is cheap. And this one most certainly would not be cheap. I imagine that by itself, this statue would run $60, $70.
But in the collector's edition, if you did all the math right, you're technically only paying like 20-something dollars.
It is essentially a deal. And that's, for anybody that doubts me on this, let's just say, who liked Final Fantasy VII? Raise your hand. Now that I can't see any of you on the other side, I'm going to assume that people raised their hand. Now, if you liked characters like, let's keep it real basic, Cloud, Tifa. If you wanted to get a statue like this, I've been online looking for them. Cloud statues of this type of quality, especially at this type of height, 13 inches tall, look, you're looking at quite easily $70 to $100 for the statue. Tifa can cost you almost $200.
That's because there's a lot of detail in the boobs.
It probably has to do with the fan idea that she has yabos. Because of that,
for what we get, statue, movie, costumes, game, shitty, one comic, negative.
You're saying negative?
Yeah. I mean, the statue in the game is definitely worth it. But the rest
I'm
of
going
it...
to say it breaks even. If you like this, if you like the game, if you liked what you've seen, if you think you'd have a good time with it, the statue is definitely worth a buy, and you save money by getting the statue rather than trying to obtain the statue after, which is still going to be like, I'm pretty sure I could put this thing on eBay and get $70, $80 out of it. I really, truly believe that. I don't think that this is cheap. I think it's very well made. I already showed it to you. I'm shocked at it. I think it's... the only thing I hate about this statue is this. Because I don't look like that in this game.
Yeah.
That's a downer to me. Because she looks amazing here. She does not look amazing in Man-Face game. So, aside from Man-Face, I'm actually going to break even. Because breaking even here means that anybody that really, really wants this and doesn't care about going out of their way, it's a $100 price tag. In a way, it's worth it. But it's only worth it if you know what you're getting into. If you're just buying it for the sake of buying a collector's edition, or if you're not 100% sure that this is a game for you, you're wasting your money. Stay away from it. Just like I had to break even on the size, because you can choose whether or not you're going to keep this box, I also have to break even on the cost, because technically it's your choice. You have two possibilities here. Buy this for a lot of money, or buy the game and save some money and don't get the statue. If the statue's for you, buy this. That's going to have to break even. Now let's run the conclusion. Alright. Conclusion. The Injustice Gods Among Us box set is pretty cool. Essentially, this is not the greatest box set in the world, and it's definitely not the greatest one that I've ever reviewed here. And that's sad, because I honestly was hoping that this would be the coolest box set I've ever opened, and it just wasn't. In a way, that's a bit of a downer. This ended up with a 3 out of 5. That's not bad. 3 out of 5, essentially, our grading scale, for anybody that hasn't caught on yet, 5, it's perfect in the field of what we're going for. For a collector, this is something you'd really want to have displayed, put on your shelf, owned. 4 is great. Especially if you're a fan of the product, you absolutely must own this. 3 is basic. We could live without it, but it'd be nice to have. And then it comes down to your opinion as to whether or not you actually have the money to drop on it. 2, only if you are a hardcore fan. Dragon Ball Z box sets, this would be something that I'm talking about. Most Dragon Ball Z games are poopy. They're usually they're not balanced. They're kind of difficult to play sometimes. Sometimes they're overcomplicated.
Camera sucks ass.
Yeah, a lot of times the camera. But we're not going to get too far into that. I'm just giving you an idea. That would be a number 2. You love Dragon Ball Z, so you spend the money on the box set. Now, number 1 means it's shit. Stay away from it. I warned you. If you buy it, it's your fault, and I don't want to see you complain about it on the internet because I told you it sucked. Now, 0, I'm sorry I even showed it to you. It's only happened once on this show. There'll be a link in the description below. So, this has been I Collect, where I show you what I've collected. And today, it was kind of worth it. 3 out of 5.